Hiya there, I'm going to show you how to play Red Red Wine by Neil Diamond. I'm going to show you the UB40 version. To play it in their key, you need to put a capo on the first fret. The song starts on C, and we'll go straight into the song, so it goes Red, Red, C, F, G, goes through my C, F, G, make me fall C, F, G, still need a soul, staying on the G, F, G, red C, F, G, do C, F, G, do C, F, G, do F, G, C, G, and then for the bridge it goes staying on the G. I have sworn that with time C, F, C, do G, do C, do F, G, F, C, and then back into the Red Red Wine part. For the rhythm, I use an upstroke. So when I'm playing C, I'll show you how I play C in a moment. I'm doing an upstroke, and I'm taking my left hand, my chord hand, off the fretboard just for a moment to help dampen the strings. So it's a nice short strike that you can do. Okay, so that's how to play the main parts of the song, and I'll show you next how to play the chords, and then after I've shown you the chords we'll play the song through. To play C, you can play it like this as an open chord, or you can play it like this as a kind of bar chord. Now to do it like this, you put your first finger and you press down really hard on all the 5 strings, starting on the A string there, okay, and then you take your 3rd finger and press down hard on the 5th fret of the D string, the G string and the B string. So you're kind of curling your finger up a bit there at the end. So if you just practice doing that for now, and then you can bring in your first finger there. So it's a bit of a stretch. So that's one way you can play C. You can also play it like this as an open chord, and as a bar chord up here. To play it as an open chord, you take your 3rd finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the A string. Your 2nd finger goes on the 2nd fret of the D string. And you've got the open G string there. And then your 1st finger goes on the 1st fret of the B string. And then you've got the open E string. And you play all the 5 strings starting on A. And that's how you play C as an open chord. You can also play it up here on the 8th fret as a bar chord. So to do that, you take your 1st finger and you press really hard on all of the strings on the 8th fret. Okay, then you take your 3rd finger and put it on the 10th fret of the A string. Your little finger goes underneath that on the 10th fret of the D string. And then your 2nd finger goes on the 9th fret of the G string. And you play all the 6 strings. And that's another way you can play C. I like to play it like that or like that. The next chord is F. To play F as a bar chord, you can play it like this. So you take your 1st finger and you bar all the 6 strings on the 1st fret. And it's the same shape as I showed you up here on the 8th fret, but you're sliding it all the way down here and playing it on the 1st fret there. Okay, so that's another way you can play F. So you've got your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, your little finger underneath that on the 3rd fret of the D string, and then your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and you play all the 6 strings, and that's how you play F. You can also play it like this, which is what I like to do. You take your 1st finger and put it on the 1st fret of the E string and the B string. Your 2nd finger goes on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your little finger goes on the 3rd fret of the D string, and your 3rd finger above that on the 3rd fret of the A string. And that's how to play F. And you can also if you can, put your thumb on the first fret of the E string there and you've got the chord F. To play the chord G, it's that same shape, but you slide that up 2 frets. So you're starting on the 3rd fret there. Okay, so you can play it like this as the bar chord, or like that. So like this is your thumb on the 3rd fret of the E string, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, on the 5th fret of the A string, and underneath that your 4th finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and then you've got your 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and your 1st finger on both the 3rd fret of the B string and the 3rd fret of the E string. So that's how to play G. You can also play it like that as a bar chord. And if you want to play D as an open chord, you just play it like that. So you've got your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then your little finger goes on the 3rd fret of the E string. And you play all the 6 strings. You've got your open D string, open G string, open B string there, and that's G. You can also put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string there as well if you like. So those are the 3 chords in the song, C, F and G. And we're going to play the song through now from the beginning. There's also a little rapping bit at the end which I'll try, and a little bass riff as well, which I'll show you how to play at the end of the song. Okay, so we'll take it from the top. We'll do a counting. 1, 2, red, red wine, go to my head, makes me forget that I still need a soul. Red, red wine, it's up to you. All I can do, I've done, but memories won't go. Memories won't go. I have sworn that with time, thoughts of you would leave my head, and I was wrong. Now I find just one thing makes me forget. Red, red wine, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. It's tearing me apart. My blue, blue heart. Red, red one, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time. Red, red one, you make me feel so fine. Feeling $1 million when you're just standing behind. Red, red one, you make me feel so good. You keep me rocking around my neighborhood. Red, red one, you make me feel so fine. You keep me rocking all of the time, yeah. I have sworn that with time, thoughts of you would leave my head, and I was wrong. Now I find just one thing makes me forget. Red, red wine, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. It's tearing me apart. My blue, blue heart. It's with a little bass riff there. the 3rd fret on the A string, and then underneath that you're playing the 5th fret on the G string, and it's and then we go to the F, which is the 1st fret on the E string, and the 3rd fret on the D string. So it goes, and then we slide that up to G, which is the 3rd fret on the E string, and the 5th fret on the D string, and then back down to the 1st fret on the E string and the 3rd fret on the D string. So when you put it together, you've got so it's like a double note on there, on the 1st fret of the E string there. So it's a syncopated rhythm. It's nice. Okay, happy playing, folks. That's how to play Red Red Wine by Neil Diamond, the UB40 version. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and next lesson I think might be Kingston Town. Okay, so see you all later. Bye.